Great. Okay, wonderful. So, as I said before, my name is Harry, and I am coming to you all the way from Namibia in collaboration with EIY. I have a humongous passion for public speaking, and I love teaching. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I was an English teacher for about 2 years, and then I moved into advertising. But before teaching, I was doing life skills with the youth. And before that, I was a radio presenter in another country before moving to this country, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So we're talking about goal setting today. And one of the things that I like about goal setting is that it makes our lives a bit easier. And I'm sure each and every one of us have a lot of ambitions. We have things that we want to do in life. And one of the things that scares us or stops us from achieving our goals is the fact that there are a lot of things, like things are pretty big. When you think about the end goal and what you want to achieve, it looks really huge. So for example, if we say, or let me say it like this, our goals or whatever we want to achieve, we can imagine it like a wheel, perfectly round circle with 5 spokes. And those 5 spokes need to be balanced. Otherwise, the wheel will not move properly. And your journey towards your dreams or ambitions will be very difficult or very slow. So if we look at it that way, we know that each spoke of the wheel has to be balanced. It has to be the same length and things like that. So let's take being healthy, for example, especially now in the world because of COVID, and we are all extra cautious. I don't know how it is in Vietnam, but right now in Namibia, almost everybody is exercising, either at home or taking walks in the street. Before COVID, it wasn't so much. People would start their new year, they'll have resolutions and say, I want to be healthier. And you see more people in the gym, you see more people taking walks on the street, you see more people jogging. And then March, April, the numbers start going down and the gyms are empty again and no one's jogging anymore and things like that. But right now with COVID, everybody is so health conscious. So let's use health as an example. So when someone says, I want to be more healthy, that's a goal, that's an ambition, right? But in order for you to achieve this goal, you have to balance a couple of things, because you can't just get healthy by just simply wanting to be healthy. And it will be a very difficult journey and it will be very hard to achieve it if you're not clear about your goals and how to get to being healthy. So let's look at 5 things when it comes to being healthy. We need to exercise. We need to eat right. One of the things that people don't realize about being healthy is you need to rest. Rest is very important. And also you need discipline and you need to be practical. So let's use those 5 points as our spokes in the circle. Imagine somebody who says, I want to be healthy, and all they do is go to the gym and lift weights and just keep pushing weights, but they don't eat right, they don't rest, they're not practical, and they lack the discipline, so they're not consistent. They go sometimes and sometimes they go. Are they going to achieve this goal of being healthy? They'll get stronger, but is their overall health going to necessarily increase? Not necessarily. So looking at that, we need to understand that we need to break down our goals in such a way that it will have a holistic approach to achieving being healthy. So we need to exercise as much as we have, do our nutrition and rest and discipline and being practical. Now, the same thing applies to all of our lives. If we want to be more productive at work, We don't just say, I want to go to work early. Or let me say it this way. I want to become better at my job. Great. How? Are we talking about arriving early? Are we talking about studying further? Are we talking about streamlining and learning new skills so that you can holistically approach this journey of improvement? So if we have that, we need to make our goals, and I'm sure you've heard of the SMART goals, right? They say SMART, yeah. So the SMART goals, in this example of being healthier, let's look at what would it look like if we're talking about SMART goals. So your SMART goals, so for one, you want to say, I want to be healthy. Is that specific? Not necessarily. It's very vague. It's a big idea, but in terms of goals, it's not too clear. What kind of health am I talking about? Am I talking about mental health? Am I talking about physical health? Am I talking about my financial well-being, my money health? There's so many different healthy things that we can consider. So for the purposes and for the example of that we're working with, we're going to talk about health. So let's be specific. I want to be healthy, or I want to be physically healthy. Now that's specific. Now I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my body, not necessarily my mind or that sort of thing. And then also in collaboration with that, we want the goals to be measurable. So it's one thing to say, I want to walk very long distances, or I want to jog more. But again, that's not necessarily measurable. I could say, today I walk 10 kilometers. So I want to be able to walk 15 kilometers. So I want to start walking from 10, and I want to achieve or be able to walk 15 kilometers. That's measurable. You can keep track of that. So we've talked about the specific nature by defining what type of health I want. I want physical health. What am I going to do to measure my progress in being physically healthy is my ability to walk. Because maybe if I walk 10 kilometers, I get so tired and I can't breathe and things like that. But if I can get myself to increase it bit by bit and get to 15 kilometers, then I know I'm getting healthier and I'm getting stronger. And then on top of that, the goal has to be achievable. I cannot say, I want to be physically healthy, and in 3 months, I want to be able to lift a bus. That's not very realistic. It would be nice, but it's not necessarily very realistic at all. So we have to talk about things that are achievable, and not only achievable, but we also need to know, how are we going to achieve this goal? So how am I going to get from walking 10 kilometers to 15 kilometers? I could say, I will increase the distance I walk every week by 500 meters. I will increase all my walks by half a kilometer. And if I do that over time, every week, increasing half a kilometer, is that achievable? I think so. And that starts to make our goal more realistic. So we know what we want to achieve and how and where we're going with this. We want to get from 10-kilometer walking to 50-kilometer walking, and we're going to do it by increasing every week by half a kilometer. And then it has to be relevant. I could say, I want to be healthier. And if I say I want to be physically healthier, it doesn't mean that I am going to now read a lot of CrossFit magazines. I'm going to watch a lot of bodybuilding and watch a lot of sports on TV. I can do that. Is it going to help me achieve my goal? No, it's not, because it's not relevant. What would be relevant in our example of becoming more physically healthy? So if I say, I would like to increase my walking distance to strengthen my heart and to strengthen my lungs. And that will reduce the health risks in my life. It will help reduce my cholesterol. It'll increase my breathing. My heart rate is going to be healthier. Now, these are relevant to achieving the goal of being healthy. So we've talked about what it is to be specific, what it is to be measurable, and what it is to be achievable. And now we're looking at, and we've looked at relevance. And finally, in order for a goal to be achievable, it has to be time bound. How many of you have ever set a goal, but no time limit, and you ended up not doing it? I'm definitely one of them. I am going to drink more water. When? I don't know. I'll just drink more water. And I don't do anything about it. Next thing I know, a month has gone by and I'm not even drinking the amount of water that I should. So we can have all of these in place, but we need to put a time limit to it. We need to put a time frame to make sure that we are on track with achieving this goal. Because remember, we don't want to take forever to achieve things, right? So to make it time bound, how am I also going to test it? I will say, because we want to walk from 10 kilometers to 15 kilometers, I will say, I will take a walk on my street 3 times a week and increase it by 500 meters every week. And at the end of the week, I am going to test myself, because you have to see if it's really working, right? I'm going to test myself on a treadmill, or I'm going to test myself on my smartwatch or my cell phone, which can trace the amount of distance I walk. And that way, I am measuring, I am specific, I'm making it achievable. There's a time to it. Every week I'm going to check. And next thing you know, we have set ourselves up to achieving a goal. One of my favorite sayings that I read is that it takes 21 days to create a habit. I'm sure you've heard that as well. 21 days to create a habit. All you have to do is stick to a habit you want to keep for 21 days, and it'll become a habit. I did that, and it works. You can unmute your mics and tell me, have any of you tried it out? I would like to hear some voices from some of the others I haven't heard yet. I've heard Jenny's voice. I've heard Les' voice, and Lynn's voice. Who else? Let me see who else is in the room.
Me.
Let me see. Sorry, who said that? Oh, hi. How do I pronounce your name? Tio?
Her name is Dan, Mr.
Dan. Okay. Hi, Dan.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. Have you ever tried to make a habit?
Yes, I have.
What did you do?
I have set goal for my own business.
Right.
You want to ask me about my habit?
Yes. So
yes.
What behavior did you change, or what action did you do?
I change behavior with food.
Nice.
Healthy food. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wish I was you, because I'm struggling. I really struggle to eat healthy.
Yeah.
That's great. And you stuck to it? How long did it take?
How long I have taken it?
How long have you been doing it?
In 60 days. 60 days.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah,
and
thank you, teacher.
Lynn?
Yes.
Hi.
So you want me to answer what habit have I took in the past?
Yes.
A habit that I took as last year is exercise more regularly. Before COVID, I was neglect of my health. I'm not health conscious, and when social distancing start, I just stay at home, work work from my company, and just sleep and eat. So I'm getting fat at those days. I'm looking myself in the mirror and I'm disappointed about myself so much. So I start to do a research of how to lose weight, how to have a more healthy life, and I make a calendar for myself. I urge myself to exercise at least 6 days per week, from yoga, Zumba, or just jumping rope at least 1 hour per day. I found it hard when I start because I'm not usually exercise before, and I only exercise for 30 minutes and I'm already tired. I'm not reached the goal of 1 hour, but thanks to my friends' motivation and courageousness, I start to do it more longer, from 30 minutes to 1 hour, from 3 days per week to 6 days per week. And after 3 months, I lose around 3 kilograms. It's not too much, but I'm proud of myself and I feel more health conscious. I feel
You feel
more
better,
fit,
right?
more fit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
fit more and I'm happy.
No, wonderful. That's great. So you fit the example that we're using today. That's great. Le, what about you?
If I looking at the goal I'm looking forward for this year, then I think I quite ambitious because I'm gonna have several goals for myself and also for the people in my company. So let's take for a very simple example, because I can see my health got impacted a lot due to COVID. I have to work from home, cope with the online study and taking care of the kid at the same time. Therefore, I have some issue with the sleep. So I only have one goal for that, is how I can sleep at least 7 hours a day, because I always set the time on my iPhone for 8 hours a day, and I realized that, oh, okay, 3 months has passed and I never can achieve it. I have to stay up late to do several work. Therefore, the only thing that I want to is, as long as I can sleep 7 hours a day, I think it should be sufficient. And after hearing from you, I think I would look forward to whether I can achieve it within 21 days.
Nice. Wonderful. And Jenny?
I see in terms of the habits, I think it's I think I try to change my time management. So being the employer and the mom of the 2 years old daughter, sometimes I feel I'm very busy. I cannot control my time to do everything I want. So I set myself to be more disciplined. Like I take my iPhone and I set the alarm clock. I need to take yet 4 hours per day to commute from my company and go back home. So I have very limited time to do another thing. So I try to push myself on the bus company for 30 minutes to learn English, for another 30 minutes to listen a speech or something. So when I go home, I directly, when my daughter sleeps, so I try to take another 30 minutes to do exercise, for example. So it is the time management. It's hard actually. So sometimes I skip and I cannot meet it. But I like your coach. I will try for 21 days. So let's see what happens. And I hope I can control all my time management and complete all my tasks well.
Oh, that would be amazing. Well done. I mean, all of these goals are just so inspiring. Anne, is that how I pronounce your name? You just came in.
Her name is Thư.
Sorry.
Chị đang
Oh,
you're muting.
Also, hi.
hi.
My
How
name,
are you?
yes, my name too.
Two.
I'm really sorry,
Okay.
I'm late.
Two. Is that, am I
Yes.
saying right? Oh, nice.
That's correct.
Wonderful. Great. So we have, yeah, so we were talking about basically setting goals, and we talked about SMART goals, making them specific, because we don't want to just say, I want to be healthy, but you know, what type of health do we want? Do we want fitness health, physical health, mental health? And then we have to make them measurable. From where to where do we want to move? And then we want to make them achievable so that it's not overwhelming, but we can look at it in stages. And then what's R? Relevant, because we can always say, I want to do something, but and we start doing something, like let's say I want to be fit, or I want to be healthy. So I'm going to read a lot of fitness magazines. Is that going to be relevant? If I don't do anything, then it won't be relevant. But if I'm reading the magazines to do stuff, then yes. And then finally, it has to be time bound, because many times we don't use our time properly to achieve goals.
I
So
see.
that's what we covered so far.
Thanks for catch up for me.
No problem,
Yes,
no
okay.
problem. So now we're going to go to, let's see, let me go into my screen sharing. So Esther, if you allow me to share my screen. Let's see, there we go. Great. Okay, so I've given my opening speech, and thank you all for participating in it. Now we're going to go into a couple of topics. So I want to hear from each and every one of you, and we are going to just do basically an unprepared speech. And I mean, it's not as daunting as we think it is, but it's wonderful. I think it's a lot of fun. But before that, so we're just going to do that to break the ice, okay? I just want each and everybody, I'm going to put a picture on the screen, and I want each and every one of us to talk about what we think about when we see that picture on the screen, only for 2 minutes. Can we do that? Yeah. So let's do that. So first, I'm going to start with who was in the room first, Jenny.
Yes, teacher.
Since you're the, so great. So Jenny, please give us a very brief talk about what you think or what comes to mind when you see this picture.
I feel disgusting because it's either rat. I'm not actually, honestly, I'm not standing it. I don't like it. I'm living with my grandparents, and this is a big, very big house, and they are too many at the roof, and sometimes they make noisy, and I try to catch them, but I failed. They are the small animal, but they run very fast, and they live in the dirty places. It makes me remember the movie. Its name is Tom and Jerry. In that movie, it's very cute animal, and my daughter love it. When you see it, it's very surprising and want to play with it, especially the hamster. Yes, there are many kinds of mouse. The mice. It's the It's, I think when we talk about mouse, it's clever. yeah, and the person who was born in the, I mean, the mouse, we say, for Vietnamese tradition, for Asian traditional, when you was born, there is a year with each name, the name with the one kind of animal name, for example, the mouse. The mouse year. So I mean, so the person who was born in the mouse year normally is very clever, very very active and proactive. Yeah, it has it's run fast and so it's spike. No, it's not spiky. It's mouse. Yeah, it have very sharp the nails. I mean the nails. So sometimes it's on your floor and it bites you. You will feel very terrible, and you try to catch it. It's very clever animal, so it's not easy to catch them, honestly. It's yeah. And it's made me remind me about a movie. It's named The Chef, a mouse, but it's still a chef, and it's cute in the movie only. It's cooked well. Yes, it's in a famous movie. I forgot the name.
Ratatouille.
Oh,
Yeah, it was cool.
oh,
No, thank you very much, Jenny. Well done.
thank you.
And next, we're going to have Le. Are you ready to give your quick 2-minute speech?
Yep, sure.
Okay, so what do you think, or what comes to mind, or what do you want to say for the next 2 minutes when you see this?
A turtle. Okay, very interesting to see this picture. What it reminds me is that in the past, in my among people at my parent generation, they used to have the dry version of the turtle hanging on their wall at one of the decoration stuff in the house, and it looked exactly like the one that my family had long time ago. And when I was a kid, I'm very surprised to understand the concept why they are hanging a dry animal on the wall just for the sake of looking something and try to make it as beautiful. As I grow older, then I start to enjoy watching the like Net Geo channels where they talk about how the people's animals and the natures are going and how we should live our lives together as one united identity. And then there's one section that I love the most where they show how the turtles has give birth and then grows up. Then I find they are really, really cute. A lot different compared to what I saw before with the impression about a dry animal hanging on the wall. And in Vietnam, turtle in the northern city sometimes stand for something really spiritual, because we have a long story about a turtle returning a sword to our old king. And I feel like people have a really good impression about turtle back then. So we have a lake in our capital city, Hanoi, where that story began. And therefore, people looking at the turtle with an impression that that is something that we should worship for. Then that links me to the impression that I had about how my parents put a dry animal on the wall. It is not for decoration. It's a thing for them to think back about that story and build up their admiration. So I think that is quite a nice thing to do, but I wish my parents should told me that story earlier. That would correct my wrong impression in the past as I was a child. Thank you for listening.
Right, well done. Thank you very much, Le. I appreciate that. I've learned something new about turtles and a bit of the culture and some of the folk tale in the traditional folktale from where you're from. That's really insightful. And I think up next is Dan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Okay.
Great. Dan, what comes to mind, or what do you think of when you see this?
Tiếng tiếng Anh là gì?
And
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 Mhm.
that's okay. Mm. How about one animal? They remind me they are about story on an elephant. When the elephant go to in the jungle, and they saw the elephant, they don't scare about the animal, small animal, and when the ant they attack the big animal, the elephant, the ant they just along, they doing with with another one, and finally the elephant could be the ant they cheating, and they go to inside the ear, and they hurting the elephant, and finally the elephant died. And so if the outside is small, not very important, just you need to have work to do the order, or you need to have a positive, so you will win. Okay, I think so.
Awesome. That's a very, very valuable lesson. Very, very true. I mean, an elephant and an ant, you would think an elephant should not even care if ants exist. But
Yeah.
it is very true that when elephants are attacked by ants, sometimes it's a very, 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 they can cause a lot of pain and damage to the elephant. And that is very true. And ants are one of the most hardest working animals ever, you know, because they work together, and in fact, they know how to achieve goals as well.
Yes, thank teacher.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm ready.
okay, great. Did I pronounce your
Two.
name right? Two.
Two.
Okay,
Similar.
sorry. Okay, great.
Similar
So
to the
two.
number 2.
Yeah, like the number 2. Okay, great. So
That's right.
2, what do you think, or what comes to mind when you see this animal?
Wow, it's a dolphin. This dolphin is a friend. Do you think that dolphin is a friend? They very friendly, and in some story, people believe that dolphin can help someone when they are sink in the sea, in the water. The dolphin can save them, save the people from the water. Because of that story, so I'm very admired of this this animal. Sometimes I can see it in a show, a dolphin show. It's like it's show that they are smart animal. They can understand people and they can do many difficult actions. Certainly, that's why almost the children, they love dolphin. When I see the dolphin, it's make me to connect. It's make me image about something very happy, because they look always like smile.
Yeah.
And they are dolphin is always our friend, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well done too. And it's very true. Dolphins, they're believed to be the most intelligent creature because they have big brains, they learn things quickly, and most importantly, just like what we're doing now, they know how to communicate. And that makes them very, very good at learning and at working together and things like that. I've also heard the story about dolphins saving people's lives. That's quite amazing. Right. So let's see, who else? And is it, how do I, Nguyen? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, sorry.
You call me Lee?
Sorry, Lee?
Yes, I'm Lee.
Okay, hi, Lee. How are you doing, Lee?
Yes, I'm doing good. Sorry, I'm late, so I don't know what's going on here.
So everybody is going to get a picture of an animal or something, and they talk about it for 2 minutes.
Okay, I got it.
Great. Are you ready to give it a try?
Is it my turn?
I think we have one more person before your turn.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So just so that you know what's going on.
Yes, thank you so much, Harry.
Wonderful. Lynn?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Wonderful. So what do you think when you see this animal?
Oh, it's a kangaroo. It's so cute. What did I say? Does any of you know which country does this animal signature for? Any of you know which country does this animal represent for?
In Australia.
Australian.
Yes, correct. Kangaroo is the signature, the animal that represented for Australia, and this animal is special because it does not like any other animals. It can either jump very, very high, and it's nearly taller than a normal human. And in Australia, they allow it to go around the street, and people do not as far as I know, people are not allowed to kill or to destroy it, because it's like the special resource of Australia. Kangaroo give birth very special than any other animal. They give birth to smaller children, and they bring their children along with them in a small bag in front of their stomach, and carry it along for 5 to 6 months until it it is fully grown. I really like this animal because I haven't seen it in real life. In Vietnam, there is no kangaroo, right? And I hope one day I can go to New Zealand or Australia to see it by myself. Yes, that is the end of my sharing.
Wonderful. I would also like to see a kangaroo in real life. They look very amazing. Ever since childhood, I thought they were pretty nice. In fact, kangaroos and dolphins are some of my favorite animals. Great. So let's see. Are you ready, Lee?
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. You are going to get a very interesting animal. I hope
Oh
you're
my
ready.
God.
Oh, I think this animal scares a lot of people. I think all the animals we've seen are friendly, but this one, who? So I'm very curious to hear what you have to say.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow, children. So cute.
So for 2 minutes, what do you think when you see this picture?
When I see this picture, I focus on their smile. I really love playing with children because they always smiling with people, that they always kill, always have energy, and they don't never worry about the world. They play with the things around them all the time. So when I get tired, when I have a lot of stressful in my life, I uh, play with them and I really feel happy, energy. And I wonder why when we also were the children, we always like that, but when we grow up, we get a lot of stressful in life. So I wish that even when I get older and I still have the same smile, same as them, and always happy, play with no stressful. Yes, that's all about this picture.
Wonderful. I mean, it is amazing that if we were to, if people were more like children, life would be very simple. You know, they don't hate, they are
Yes, I
not
think so.
very, yeah, I think if we can, it's amazing that we can learn more from children, more good things from children than we sometimes teach them. But thank you very much. I think, has everybody had a turn? Has anyone, everyone has spoken? Great. Well, thank you very much. All of you have done so well. And so now we're going to take a look and see what we have up next. And what did you think of the exercise? Were you nervous? Was it was it stressful, or did you have fun with it? Any volunteer?
I'm just surprised with the last picture.
The surprise with the last picture. Yeah, so was I. There are a couple of others that were there, you know, those peacock and the penguins and the panda.
Yeah.
So the next part of our session today, we're going to now take on a very interesting challenge. And this time you're going to be given some time to think about what you are going to talk about. So if I can give a very quick review on the previous exercise, one of the things is you have to understand that when you have something to present or you have a time limit, always think about what is the main thing that you want to share, and then you focus around that. So for example, if I were to give an example and talk of the peacock, right? We all know about the peacock and this beautiful tail and things like that. So I can talk about how it's got many colors and it represents pride, and it's a national animal for a lot of countries. Or I can talk about how it's a symbol of pride. You know, it likes to show off and says, look at me, look how I look, and maybe tell a story about, is it important to look good on the outside only, and things like that. So at the end of the day, whenever you have something to share, find that one interesting angle that you want to talk about and expand on that. You don't have to necessarily say it at the beginning. So for example, I could talk about the colors and the feathers and what the blue could represent and things like that. And then and then at the end, and say, I could talk about how it's a symbol of pride. And we should all be proud of who we are, no matter how we look and where we come from, for example. So with that said, I am going to give us all 2 minutes to choose a speech, and you're going to prepare. And we are, so for 5 minutes, you prepare a speech that is going to be 5, I think because of time, we'll just make it, because of time, I think we'll just make it a 3-minute speech. So remember, just pick a few points and just share on that. You don't have to expand too much, and at least so that most of us can get a chance to talk. So the topics are, can you see the topics on the screen? Great. So I am, sorry. So now, since we're talking about goals and habits and how to achieve our ambitions and our dreams by setting goals, I would like you to pick one of these topics and give us a speech. So there are 6 of us. So one of the speeches will be picked twice, but that's if it's random. I mean, that's if it's not random. So can I get a volunteer for topic number 1? Who wants to do topic number 1? How to set goals when everything feels like a priority. Who would like to do that speech? No one?
I
Okay.
think I will choose this one.
You'll choose this one? Great. Thank you very much. And then who's going to take defining and achieving professional goals?
I'm sorry, can you define professional goals, like what is it?
So professional goals would be things like what you want to achieve in your job, in your career, and in your business. So things that are related to the work that you do, your professional life.
I can go for topic 2.
Lea, you'll go for topic 2?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we have Jen for topic 1 and Lea for topic 2. Okay, the third topic, habits to win every day. Who wants to take that topic?
Me. I will take the topic 3.
Okay, great. So that's going to be Lynn. And then who's going to take beating procrastination?
Can I choose the topic number 5?
You want to you're jumping straight to
Sorry,
number 5.
because
No,
I'm not.
no problem.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the word procrastination. What's that mean? Sorry.
Oh, great. Sorry. Great. Procrastination. Procrastination is when you know you have to do something, but you kind of start doing other things. So, for example, I need to exercise, but maybe I should do the dishes. And then after that, maybe I should read something. But I'm tired. Let me watch some TV, and I end up not exercising. So that's procrastination.
Thanks. I got it. Like delay something. Right.
You want to do that topic?
No.
Okay, two. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I can choose this.
Okay.
Topic number 4.
Great. Wonderful. And topic number 5. Sorry, who said it?
Yes, yes.
So we'll have Dan, and we'll also have Lily.
Yes.
Great. So I'm sorry, I just want to spell the name right. So I will give you 2 minutes. All you have to do is just plan some points. Don't write your speech out. Just think about what you want to share. To make it simple, you can share an experience, you can share a story, or you can just talk about something practical. So don't overthink it. Don't panic. Don't over worry about it. I'll leave the topics on the screen, and I will give you. Okay, it's 10 past right now. So I think I can give you 5 minutes. Is 5 minutes okay?
Yes.
5 minutes to prepare, and each of us will talk for 3 minutes. That good?
Okay.
Wonderful.
That's it.
All right. You may prepare. See you soon. Okay, there's about almost 30 seconds left. Okay, great. Wonderful. Does anybody want to go first?
Let me go first, teacher.
Okay. Thanks, Jenny. So Jen. And your topic is how to set goals when everything feels like a priority.
Yes. So I will start
Great.
now.
Wonderful. Let me just get my timer.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, you may begin.
Yeah. So in terms of how to set goals when everything feels like a priority, I think you can use the four burners theory. I read this theory from a book, The Small Habits. I forgot the writer. There are four burners in your life. The first is your family. The second is a job. The third burner is a health, and the fourth burner is a friend. So imagine there are four burners on the gas stove, right? So to be success, you need to turn off one of those these two four burners. But to be very success, you need to turn off two of four burners. So it means at one time you not push yourself too hard to be perfect all of things in your life. For example, at this time, you ask yourself what is the most important at this moment, at this time. If you need to take care of your baby, so you need to accept yourself and leave the friends or your health besides, and then you can, when you for maybe 6 months later, yeah, your babies grow up and you have more time for yourself, so you can make up with your friends and your family later. So I mean, at one time, don't push yourself too hard and accept you will miss some other things, but in another time you can make up later, and no person can be excellent everything at one time. So if you choose, you go to work, just focus on working, don't think too much, and then you start working, you turn off your job burner and you focus your family. So when your family is good, so you can make up with your friend later. So at one time do one thing and be perfect with this, and you will be perfect in the future. So don't worry to push yourself hard. And there's a Pareto theories that 80-20. 20 your output is 20 your so 20 your output is relied on your 80% of your 80 output relied on your 20% of your input. Just find out what is the most important and focus on 20% that one, and the most you'll be more conscious for that, and then your success will come. So that is true theories. I think it's with you to set a goal when you feel like many things is top priority. Thank you. So I finished, teacher.
Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. My apology. So well done. So I hope everybody listened and got to pick up something from that, because it was very practical and there was a lot that you shared, but we'll do a little bit of an evaluation afterwards. All right. Who would like to go next? Two, is that, oh, I thought, were you raising your hand or just moving your camera?
I just adjust my camera. But,
Just adjusting
okay.
your,
Okay.
okay.
I can
So
do.
two.
I can do. I can be the second.
Okay, two. So your topic was number 4. And that topic is beating procrastination. Okay, ready when you are. Please, when you're ready to start, go for it.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right, go for it too. You can
Okay.
you can start when you're ready.
Can I start now?
Yeah, you can start now.
Okay. Everyone, any one of us believes that procrastination is the best way to be a fellow person, and we and that is the habit. Procrastination is show that somehow so that we are lazy, we are we have no purpose, no energy for a day or for our life, because that's the way we feel that I have important thing to do, but okay, let's do it later. And sometimes I can see my friend, they are some kind of people like very intelligent, so but because of that they have a procrastination, just because they believe that, oh, finally I will do it. And yes, if it's not a good habit, so how can we beat the procrastination? One thing that if we have a goal, we set a goal we set a goal for ourselves, but a very specific goal, and we can split it, make the goal to the small steps, to many small steps, like listing out the task to do in a day, in a week, and in a month, something like that. And we can know what to do in a day. Therefore, then when we don't see then the procrastination never can be so that we can beat the procrastination. Why you can, yes, you can say when we have small thing to do, and we believe that if we finish it today, so in a month, for example, in a month, after a month, we can achieve the goal. So we can easier to finish, to do it perfectly every day, every small step. And yes, when we have a habit like do it, make a list and review the to-do list, in the end of the day we can see that, oh, wow, I have to do, I did well today, and my plan, my goals loading like 10%. So in the next day, if I finish these things, so day by day, my goal will be more completed.
Wonderful.
And yes, so make our feelings more energy to do what to do on the next day. I hope that my suggestions on how to beat the procrastination will be helpful for you. Thank you for listening.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, too. And definitely, yeah, sometimes when you just do the small things, it gives you energy to do the next thing. And every day, just a little bit, and then you get to your goal. That was wonderful. Thank you very much, too. Okay, great. Let me see who else? Anybody want to volunteer? Or should I pick? See, Dana, you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Wonderful. Dan, so your topic is
Number 5.
Number 5, be more productive, take small steps, have big goals. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Wonderful. Go for it.
For a long time, I always thinking about my body, how to make it fit and shape more. And I want to have a body like the model. And I always thinking about it. And have a one day, my friend invite me to join with her program about control your weight. And I think it's good for me when I have a friend to exercise something. And when she asked me if I start, I need to clearly about why I joined with her, and what is the goal, what is the purpose I want to have. And I thinking about it. Yes, before I don't think about it. I don't think how long and when I will start. I just do exercise when I want. I know habit. I know goal in the past. And when I sit down and I clearly about this, it's open my mind. And when I start to join with her for a 60 days, and I promise, I commit with the program and I start to change every day. I set goal day by day or week by week. I have a short term. To clearly about what I will eat today, and I control. I will sleep early, and I will I will eat. And I will eat healthy more. And when I want to eat something, I will tell me I really want to eat, and I have commit with me. And when I say no, I will refuse it. And I said I at the end of the day, I'm very happy when I achieve a little goal. And next day, I like this. I exercise and I'm eating healthy, and I feel used to it. After 60 days, and you know, when I improve into achievement in top 15, I'm very proud about it, because when I 60 days, it means a long time with me, and I achieve with this. I saw clearly about my weight. I have lose the fat, and my muscle is grow, and I confident, and yes, and I confident, and I believe that I and I believe that I and I believe that I can do it, and everybody can change the habit when they have a movement to do what something. Then yeah, when you have whatever program not important like you, if you know about motivation, you will do with you will do with it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I took long to unmute myself because I was writing down one of the very important lessons that you shared. No problem is more important than you. And that is so, so true. Thank you so much, Dan. That was a very inspiring story. That was really, really inspiring. Wonderful. So let's see. So that's Dan. So Jen, to Dan, all of you have done it. So we still have Lily, we still have Le, we still have Lynn. So who's going first? Okay, Lily.
Okay. It's my turn.
Yes.
We just heard from Dan that she shared about her story about lose weight. I'm too. I want to lose weight. I think that is not only my dream. It's there everyone's dream when they feel they are fat. Have you ever had idea about lose weight in your life, Harry?
Yes, I have. Well, not to lose weight, to gain weight.
Okay. So about body, right? You want
Yes,
to have
definitely.
the perfect body. Yes.
Yes.
And want to have the perfect body is everyone's dream. It's my too. And then one day it become my dream man. When I see someone beautiful than me with the sexy body, and the more I see, the more I get stressful. And one day my friend told me that, Lily, don't think too much. If you want to do something, you just do. If you want to have the goal for something, you should do something. Just small step.
So this friend told me about the pencil. He gave me the pencil like that. And he told me that if you want to break it together, it's hard. You see, it's hard. You cannot break it together. However, if you do it one by one, it's simple. You see it? Very simple, right? So I have planned about the lose weight. Before the meal, I will drink the cup of water. It's very easy. Before breakfast, lunch, dinner, I just drink a cup of water. It's better than I do nothing and only worry. And you know, it's helpful for me. I lost 2 kilos for 3 months. It's not too much, but at least it gives me motivation for continue lose weight and keep my body healthy. So when you have the goal, don't make it completed like that. Just do small steps. It will take you slowly to your goal. Thank you so much for listening.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lily. And I will also apply the same thing to my time conscious. Okay, I'm just checking out my time. Yes, thank you so much. That was very inspiring as well. In fact, I like the fact that you pointed out that to break all the pencils, you can't. You need to use one at a time. But also, if you get your victories and if you do things one pencil at a time, you're going to add enough pencils and life will not break your new habit if you build it one pencil at a time. But great. Thank you very much, Lily. And we have 2 more speakers and we still have, we still have a little bit of time. So let's see who's next.
I can go next.
Okay, Le.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I guess we are all working now. So I just want to pause for a second, asking you guys to think about the most recent time that you run the performance review with either your line manager or your line reports. Because what I'm going to discuss with you next is sharing a personal story that I had with my team members just very recent. Now come my story. I just had the conversation with my team member last week. I'm very surprised because she stopped me after we ran our team meeting. The reason was because she want to share her personal plan. She want to resign in the next 2 months. The inside version of me really feel shocking because what I'm gonna do in the next several months, given that my company is lacking of talents for the last 1 year, hence it's gonna trouble a lot. Then, but outside of me, I need to be really convincing, try to behave professional. Therefore, I talked to her and clarify what would motivate her to say so. Then she told me, I just want to explore many different things in my life. Particularly, I love doing the analysis. Therefore, I'm not just staying in this company. By the way, we are a data analysis company. Therefore, she want to explore different roles. Let's say she want to move to a client role and she want to explore the fintech industry, moving to modern companies like Lazada or Shopee, or she want to try business analytics. Then I asked her about what would motivate her to think so and whether she has any plan. Surprisingly, she told me that I just want to stay curious about whatever thing that comes up to my life. And in order to do so, I'm going to interview many different roles. Then for me, the end of the conversation implies that she think about something that lack of motivation. The reason is she just want to satisfy her curiosity rather than having a plan for herself. And the only thing that she has been doing is just only thinking rather than exploring what is it for her. So therefore, what I'm trying to share with you through this story is that whenever you think about your career, what would be best is that not just thinking about what now, but what next. And think about something that you love doing and have a list for yourself. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very, very much. Well done. A goal without a plan is just a wish. And that is so true. And it's just like we were talking about, you know, achieving goals and doing them bit by bit, as so many of you are also talking about. And finally, we have one more person. And that is, wait, hold up. Oh, no, we're done. Sorry about that.
I haven't talked.
Oh, sorry, Lynn. Sorry. Oh, great. Oh, yes, because I counted 5. So, okay, you ready to go? Your topic is number 3, which is habits to win every day.
Okay, I'm ready.
Wonderful. You can start when you want to start.
Okay. Hi everyone. As a English learner, have you ever met foreigners and being awkward? I used to when I join a networking events or I met a foreigner on the street. I was shy, awkward, and I don't know what to say. I lack of grammar and good vocabulary to talk, and I don't like the feeling of being lack of communication. So I asked a friend of mine who is excellent in English, and she said that it's easy. You just need to read books daily, and the vocabulary will go inside you. It's really weird, but I want to try that habit because she is the one that I admire. And I set a goal of reading English books for 30 minutes every day to improve my English communication. As everyone say, I should set a smart goal. My goal is to read 1 book per week. And a book must have a topic that related to my major. So I make a calendar weekly. If I finish reading for 30 minutes, I will tick a check to the box that I finished that task. So everything sounds perfectly right. I have a smart goals. I have a clear objective is to improve my English communication. I have an action plan. But guess what? After 1 week of trial, I only have 2 checks in my calendar. I struggle a lot. I was lazy, I procrastinate, I spend time to hang out with my friends and go for a coffee. I disappointed about myself of me not being disciplined. And then I remember a famous quote saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with your friends. It sounds familiar, right? So I asked around some of my friends if they want to improve their English communication by reading books with me. And fortunately, my best friend joined with me on this journey. And we make a deal that if one of us break the discipline, we will invite the other coffee. And it cost money for me at that time. So together we've been through 21 days I read 3 English books, learned several advanced vocabulary to apply in my English communication. Now I feel more, and I still keep this habit until today. Now I feel more confident when using my English, and also I think that any one of you who want to improve English communication should take this habit. And remember to set goal that motivates you. Set smart goal. Be disciplined. Don't give up. And remember to find yourself a buddy for better motivation. So I finished my sharing.
Thank you very, very much, Lynn. And that was, again, very inspirational. So much that we could all learn from each other's stories. It's amazing how something that we experience in our everyday lives, all of us are experiencing pretty much similar things: setting goals, procrastination, challenges, successes, failures, things that we're not happy with and things that we're proud of. And yet when we hear it from somebody else, it motivates us. So it's very important to share. And thank you for inspiring and motivating me, each and every one of you. So here is what we're about to end. And what I would like to do now is, for the sake of just helping with the public speaking, I would like to give a little bit of evaluation. So the purpose of the evaluation is not to make you feel pressure. This is what you did wrong. It's about, this is what you did, this is how it helped, and this is how you can use it to keep improving. And if there's some challenges or some difficulties that I pick up, it's also just so that you're conscious of them and maybe give one or two tips on how to work around them. So that at the end of the day, just like we all want to learn at EIY, to become better at communicating, especially through speaking. So this is one of my favorite parts of what I do. So I just wanted to throw it out there, not being judgmental, but just wanted to find what are some of the things that we can look at, that we can learn from each other and each other's speeches. So here we go. So the first speaker is who I'm going to start with. So Jen, you were talking about how to set goals, and what I enjoyed about your speech was you talked about being fully present. You gave example, first of all, you made reference to the material that you were using. And that is very helpful, because a lot of times as humans, we forget what we hear. But you gave us names of books, you gave us names of authors, and so that allows us to go back and read on what you said. So you've given us the information that we need to also learn what you've learned. So that's a very, very good thing. And you talked about the 20/80 ratio and gave examples. And those are very good things to do because it's practical. It helps us know what we need to do to improve. It makes us think about what habits to change, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's what I'd like to put out. And also, you kept your eye, I know it's a virtual meeting, but you kept your eyes as much as possible to the camera. So you kept engaging us. It's good to have that eye contact, because I know as much as I'm reading and if I'm like this the whole time, you feel like I'm not talking to you. I know it's weird, we're speaking through a virtual space, but using as many techniques as possible to engage your audience, it keeps the engagement going so that we don't lose each other. 2, beating procrastination. You need to write a book on this, because I promise you this is a challenge so many of us face. I know I'm guilty of it. And funny enough, it's never a good idea. You experience it, you see the consequences and you have the experience, but you just can't seem to break the habit. But what I like about what you talked about is you spoke from the heart. You talked about your personal struggle and your personal journey, and things like building a to-do list and how you were creating habits. And again, that inspires us. We might have heard of these before, we might use them ourselves, but at the end of the day, sometimes we just need a little bit of motivation when somebody shares their story. So that's what I feel yours did. So when you do want to share information and engage with people, keep using your personal examples as well. The beautiful thing about using personal examples is you don't have to try and memorize it. You don't have to write it all down and read it and, read about your own story. You experienced it. You know what it was like. Describe the moments, describe the feeling, and that sort of thing. And that also will help you with communicating effectively. I see that, I don't know if you were a bit nervous, but you were stuttering quite a lot and things like that. So just to help with that, whenever you feel nervous or uncertain about what to say, or you're just a bit lost, or not sure, whatever the reason, take your time. Always pace yourself. Breathe in, talk slowly, pause, think of your next sentence, and just let it flow. Because if you try and rush your words before you're thinking, you're going to stumble a lot, make a lot of mistakes, and it'll just get worse and worse and worse. It'll be like a snowball effect. So rather pause, take a second to stop, breathe, and just, what do I want to say? Great. And then say it at a nice, slow, comfortable pace. And that will also help. Thanks for that too. Dan, I'm especially inspired by your story. 60 days, that's 2 months of consistency. I would like you to give yourself a hand. Well done. And I think it was you and Lily that talked about, you were talking about a weight loss journey, and both of you said something that I would like to touch on just very briefly. One of you said, "Oh, I lost 3 kilos, and yeah, it's okay." And she said, "I lost 2 kilos. It's not much, but I'm proud of it." Celebrate your small victories. Celebrate them, and celebrate them loud. The funny thing is, when your body is changing and you're becoming stronger, you'll lose fat and you'll gain muscle. And muscle is heavier than fat. So don't only look at the scale, also look at how you feel. Look at how you move, how things are so much easier. And that's where the real victory is, not on the scale. So, but congratulations on that consistency. Dan, what I loved was you talked about taking small steps. You made it practical to have big goals and things like that. And you pointed out something very important. When you recognize what you're doing, when you see the differences, it gives you confidence. And like I said, that point that you mentioned, no problem is more important than you. That is a very, very important lesson. There's nothing more important than taking care of yourself. So thank you for teaching me that. And I wish you more success on your journey further. So well done. Congratulations with that. Lily, I love the fact that you gave demonstrations. You illustrated. You took pencils. You held them up. Okay, my background is not letting me do it. You took pencils. You demonstrated breaking one. You demonstrated not breaking many. And at the same time, you used them. You took you talked about, all I have to do is drink water. And you demonstrated by taking a sip. What does that do? Is it necessary? It helps your audience visualize what you're talking about. If you say to me, Harry, all you have to do is drink water before every meal, yeah, I know. And I'll come up with excuses and things like that. But if you take a glass of water and you drink it and you say, that's so simple, it'll make me feel silly to have excuses. Not that you're manipulating me, but you're showing how simple actions can create big results. So this is also something for everybody. If you can demonstrate it, do it. I tried doing a demonstration earlier when I was talking about the wheel, to make our hands in a circle. And if the wheel is not round, it's not going to go properly. So it's about helping your audience visualize what you want to say to enhance your communication. So Lily, you did that very well, very, very well. And again, same thing as Dan, celebrate those small victories. At the end of the day, it's one little step at a time. And then also the opposite is true. If we build ourselves and if we go towards our goals, one small habit at a time, is like adding pencils, and they will not break. Life will not come and disrupt us. Things will not, even when we face challenges that would make us fail before, all of a sudden, because of those little habits, adding them one at a time, they're not going to change us. Le, you were talking about defining and achieving professional goals. I love the way you started your story because you made it relatable. It means that you paid attention to who your audience is. We all work, right? We all have this experience. We understand the workplace. And using that as an example, it helps. We all work in different jobs in different parts of the country and even different parts of the world, but we can all relate to that experience. So using it to, explain your story and to teach us, that was very, very good, because from the very beginning, you captured our attention. You got us to understand where you're coming from, instead of taking a long time to explain, this is how line management works, this is the role of the supervisor, this and this and this. You just gave us something we can relate to and understand everything almost instantly, so that when you started sharing your advice, we knew where you were coming from, and we understood where we were going. So that was very, very good. And I like the fact that you talked about deliberate thinking and planning, having a plan for your goals and things like that, and not just testing out habits and just doing things and hoping for the best, but being deliberate. And I think that's also something that we can definitely learn in goal setting. And finally, Lynn, habits to win every day. I love that story about reading. I struggled to read when I was younger. I couldn't finish a book, and let alone be interested enough. So I wish I knew that I should have told a friend that I should buy them coffee every time I don't manage. And sticking to a plan. What I like is the fact that you had a plan, you tried it, you saw that it didn't work, and you made an adjustment. And that's one thing that we all have to remember. We can plan and we can start, but it's not always going to go perfectly. And even if it doesn't go perfectly, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just means you need to change something, try something new. And hey, if it's coffee that I'm going to get, I'll try and find ways to make sure my friend doesn't read so I can get all the coffee I like. But at the end of the day, reading, creating habits, you also did something else. You consulted your role model, or you looked for advice from someone that you trust. And that's another thing about setting goals. Yes, we can have all the SMART goals, but we must not forget the relationships around us. The people that can help us with ideas and share their experiences. The people that we can go on the journey with and we work together. And another type of person is the people that we inspire. When I'm doing good, when my children see me exercising, or when my children see me eating healthy or drinking water before my meal, I know that I'm inspiring them to do something. And each and every one of you is a leader in one capacity or another. And that's another thing that can also help you stay on track, just knowing that there are people who are watching you, whether you know it or not, and they're learning from your guidance. So with that said, that is I paused the sharing. That's the end of the evaluation. I hope that it was helpful and it will just add one more pencil to your public speaking and to your communication to build that big bunch of pencils that you're not going to be able to break. And so very quickly, because we're out of time, the 2 hours went quick, but we did start a little bit late. We were just waiting for more people to get into the room. And I must say, it's been such a pleasure to meet all of you and get to know you. I just want to know very quickly, from each of you, just in a few words, how did you find the session? What did you learn? And what do you want to take away with you? So we'll start with Tu, go to Le, then Dan and Jenny, then Lily and Lee. Please, if just a few words, I'm going to mute myself and listen. How did you find the session?
I find this session very, sorry. So you want to go first?
Okay, you go ahead.
I find the session very interesting, considering that I can hear the story around work, friendship, and also personal life. I'm quite like the story from Dan and Lily because they talk about their weight control, which I rarely hear from EIY sessions because I feel like that is something really personal that and also very tough to achieve as well. So it's great to hear their stories and their success. That's all for me.
Thank you very much, Le. Tu, are you ready?
Okay. Yes, my takeaway today is how to control the nervous, and I know that that is my challenge. Yes, sometimes to be break, have a break or have a pause is not important. It's not a problem. The problem is you feel not confident and worse as worse means yes, something will bad if we feel not confident. Just rest. Thank you for your advice. That's all about my tip.
Okay, let me talk about my sharing. This is the first time I try this club, and about the lesson today, I'm the most impressed with the way the teacher teach us the SMART goal, and especially the code you told us 24 days for the habit. I also learned many vocabularies, good vocabularies from all of you guys, and I learned from Lily and Dan and somebody else about when we do speech, we just use the tune, which I have learned in EIY, but I forgot, and make it more visualization. Yes, so I should be more confident and talk more and like more creative. So I learned from you a lot. So yeah, so okay, so that's up to you so far. So thank you very much, teacher.
Thank you.
So can I word? First of all, thank you, Harry, for spending your time with our section today. I found it very insightful and useful for a lot of us. Along with the tips and the stories I learned from others to setting goal and keep a habit. I've learned public speaking techniques, like Harry said, to visualize our communication in order to catch other attention, like drinking water when we describe it, and to celebrate our victory, like express our emotion in the story to show that yes, we had won, that we did it. So our audience can join with us with our emotion. Thank you, Harry, and everyone.
Great.
Thank you, teacher, for the lesson today. Before I cannot prepare the speech so fast, and today you have introduced for me clearly about what I will prepare to do, and I impressed about when you remind students you need to write the point, symbol, experience, or story. I think it's so useful for me when I prepare the speech. And yes, and thank you, the teacher and everybody, so much. Yeah, to share the experience today all together.
Great. Is there anybody else?
My turn. Thank you, everyone. Goal setting is everyone interested. With this topic, I can learn many ways to set my goal and get this. Thank you, Harry, for your evaluation. I will keep it in mind and continue improve my skill. Thank you so much.
All right. Great, great, great. There's a poll for voting that should be on your screen. Please vote for your favorite prepared speech before we end our session. And while you're voting, I'm also going to just close the meeting. I also want to say a very, very special thank you. I'm sure you can see somewhere on your screen, when you look at the participants in the room, there was someone who was very quiet the whole time. And she was helping me in the background with the polls and, you know, helping me just highlight people. So I want to thank Esther. She's a virtual assistant. And Esther, do you want to say hi quickly?
Hi, Esther. Thank you so much for today.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Let's see if I can quickly switch on my video.
So while Esther is turning on her video, please don't forget to vote. If you voted, just let me know with a thumbs up, and then we'll be able to announce the winning speech.
Sorry, I can't see the voting screen.
Oh, you can't see it?
Yeah, where only I can only see your screen. Your camera. No sound.
The poll has ended, unfortunately.
Oh.
There's a time. Yes.
Okay, no, that's okay. We'll next time we'll do it.
Yes. But hi everybody, it's nice to meet you. You guys are all fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed the class today. I actually enjoyed listening in on you guys. It was fun. You guys are all awesome. So yay.
All right, and thanks for the help, Esther. Thank you for everything. And also, let's see. So, can we all see the results?
Yeah.
Great. So we have a tie. 33% of the votes, we have Dan and Lily. So topic number 5 was the winning topic. Congratulations. Well done, guys. Well done. And with that said, we've announced our winners. And I would like, oops, let me move that away. With that said, thank you very much, each and every one of you. And remember, let's continue making our goals smart. We talked about it and we've learned from each other's examples. And we've also learned about the importance of relationships, you know, people to look up to, people to work with, and people to inspire. So with that said, thank you for coming and joining this class. And I trust you'll continue learning more from EIY. And I look forward to each of you becoming amazing public speakers. All right, then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, everybody.
You guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Harry.
Great.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So, okay, so if there are any questions or anything, that's fine. I'll just wait here until everybody has left the room. But you're free to go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank
Have
you.
a good weekend.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So you can hear my background noise. Do you want to end the recording?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Stop
find it.
record.
Oh yeah, wait, hold up, right here. Wait, did the record